What do you think, Astra? Huh? Good morning. We'll just give everybody a minute to join. I just realized one of my buttons wasn't buttoned. Woohoo! My name is Red Moon Eagle, and you have reached Daily Devotions with Red Moon Eagle on YouTube. This is my daily devotion platform for now. Please hit like and subscribe and the bell icon. I do post a notification in the morning when I'm going to be posting my live video so that everybody has a chance to get the notification. We are in the tide of preparation from the fall equinox to the winter solstice. And again, my name is Red Moon Eagle. This is my YouTube channel, Daily Devotions with Red Moon Eagle. I've been doing this for quite a few years now. 2017 is when I started these, so there are more than 400 daily devotional YouTube videos out now. You could do one every single day of the year and not repeat, which is pretty amazing, I think. Let's see. I am going to start with the Celtic Devotional this morning, letting people join us. And we're going to do the day ones out of this. As you join, just say hi in the comments. Let me know you're there. I'm going to do the Celtic Devotional. I'm going to start with that today. Weaver of life, receiver of death, you teach us time and eternity and the blessings of change. In the silence of our meeting, reveal to me how I also need to change. Your merciful compassion is my guide. Soul friend, teacher of my soul, your revolutionary influence upon me shows me the curve of my life's spiral. May I ever be true to the spiritual pathway as it reveals itself every day. Help me to meditate upon the questions of this day. I don, or put on, the breastplate of wisdom, wrought of the 9 metals, strength of iron, smoothness of silver, serviceableness of tin, beauty of copper, truth of gold, endurance of platinum, brightness of bronze, glow of brass, shield of lead, wise metals of earth's own heart cover my breast to protect my soul this winter's day till winter's night. Isn't that beautiful? I draw cards in the morning every day for daily devotional, and today we have one from the Spirit Guidebook, and we have one from the Wild Quinn Oracle. Those of you that have been with me for a while, I do have new Oracle cards on the way. They should be here by solstice, I hope. Today's animal card is the butterfly, which I think is quite appropriate. Undergoing great change and transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Each air is the element of the heart. This change usually involves relationships. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily routine, a meal, a practice, or a prayer, done at the same time, in the same place, will do wonders for lifting a butterfly spirit. When in balance, cheerful, graceful. When out of balance, fragile and frustrated. Bringing into balance a daily routine. I totally feel that. I totally feel that. Okay, what does the Kuan Yin Oracle say? So this card is pray to the east, guardian watches over the west. Oh, this is a pretty card. You can see the Kuan Yin flying over the yak. I now see the ending and the beginning. I watch and defend from past interference, whilst I invite the beautiful new world to form through my prayers, birthing them through my heart and the silent, unwavering light of my mind. Soon, you shall be ready to make the crossing and acknowledge the ending of this day and the dawn of the new day that I have begun to create for you. Do not be afraid of any ending. All that has been divinely ordained, all things happen so that my love can prevail. Endings allow for fresh starts. Focus on letting go now and being firm in your decision. Have courage. Trust yourself. You can love even more in the letting go than you did while holding on. Be patient and accept where you are now in the process of endings. All will happen soon enough. I am helping you in all ways. Trust me in the new day I bring forth. Pray for new beginnings in your life, whilst also remaining aware of the disintegration of past patterns or connections or circumstances so that you can give yourself the opportunity to become as free from the past as possible. You do not need to feel ashamed, regretful, or fearful of any aspect of your past, but the Oracle does bring you guidance that there is some aspect of it that you may try to become part of your future. This is not meant to be, and so, until it is completely over, you will need to remain aware. Gently but firmly arrest any tendencies to go back or invite the past behaviors or connections that you know in your heart are over into your current life situation. Set a boundary without fear. Be compassionate, but also be strong and brave. The Divine Mother is watching over you and will assist you in this process, but you also need to be aware and trust yourself. The day is ending and there will be a new dawn for you. The Holy Ones are already praying for you, and you will be safe through the darkness and night this day and the next. The new day shall reach you, bringing hope and new life, as the old chapter and all its previous influence ceases to have power over you. Oh, that's such a powerful card. I love that. Okay, so beginnings and endings. And the butterfly, which is great change and transformation. I love this. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships or your job or career, since transition is accompanied by any sort of discomfort. Be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Commit to one daily routine, a meal, a practice, a prayer, done at the same time and place, will do wonders for lifting the butterfly spirit. This is such a true statement. So, endings, beginnings, transformation, powerful cards today. And I've been feeling this. The last weekend into yesterday evening has been pretty intense. So I did my Body of 9 workshop, and it was magnificent. And this workshop, everybody talked about it who's been to all the other workshops. There were two people there who have attended quite a few workshops over the years, and they all agreed that this one was the most peacefully transitional workshop that's ever been held. And part of it has to do with the people who are teaching it are allowing the transformation process to happen. And transformation can be very tumultuous. And the process that has, over the last 4 to 6 months, depending on kind of what timing you want to look at, has been very much refined in this place of allowing the natural number sequence that's ancient to be used rather than trying to force a sequential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that created this amazing space this weekend for transformation. Now, I personally found the transformation process, instead of exhausting, I mean, I was tired at the end of every day, but I wasn't so tired that I couldn't function. Friday's a different story. Friday was kind of hard for me, but the other 2 days were amazing. And yesterday, we had our weekly business meeting with Body of Nine, and they call them fundamentals and natural numbers. So you basically go through each individual natural number for 1 hour, 3 weeks in a row. And that sounds great. And for many people, I'm sure it's fine. But I have always struggled with these calls. They are physiologically uncomfortable, energetically uncomfortable. I have loved the idea of them, but I have always had fallout. I have always had something that has not worked well for me. And because I am so energy sensitive, I don't always understand why something is happening in the moment. I'm also neurodivergent, so it takes me a little bit of time sometimes. And I learned a very long time ago in my youth that, especially reinforced in my 20s and 30s, that I really have to allow myself time to untangle what other people seem to understand really quickly. And I know my body very specifically and intimately. When I swallow something, I can feel it going down my throat. When something's moving too fast, it viscerally can confuse me. It can make things very muddled. Conversely, if I need to meditate and look at something from the outside, I can do that. I can go out and then feel my body and look at it from the outside in. So I have all these available processes, and the weekly calls have been extremely confusing, because the process of how Body of Nine works is that you slowly integrate your body awareness into your day-to-day life and your awareness from each of the energetic activations. So there's 9 activations, so it takes you a while to kind of work through them, integrate them into your life, and become aware of all these other energies and all these other perspectives, because there's 8 different ones from you. And I just thought that my experience with these natural number calls was that it was my transformation process. Even though it was very difficult, I didn't reject it. I just struggled with it a lot. And part of transformation and letting go of different things and learning to figure out like what works for you and what doesn't work for you also requires letting go of the ego. At least it does for me. And I talk about that a lot. I talk about letting go of ego, finding your place of peace, being in a place of non-judgment, in a place of acceptance, in a place of transformation opportunity. And until yesterday, so it's amazing how this weekend created this amazing flow of energy, and it was so smooth and it was so wonderful. And I have a personal yay. I passed my all 9 numbers test. Yay. And this weekend was the 1-year anniversary from me stumbling accidentally into a Body of 9 workshop and discovering this thing that was my missing piece. It was my missing piece as a practitioner. It was my missing piece as a person, as a person walking around doing meat suit things with everybody else. And yesterday was extraordinarily uncomfortable after that call, and I could not figure out why. And I really struggle with it. And I called 3 natural number 6s that I know, and I peppered them with questions, because The call was about natural number 5, but I recognized during that call that there was something about natural number 6 that I needed to understand. I really needed to understand fundamentally the difference between 3 things that I could clearly see, okay? And my butterfly transformation, change, letting go, moving forward is recognizing that that particular format of how natural numbers are taught is wrong for me, and that I can't participate in that particular exercise anymore. And coming both to the realization and to the whys, and I can't talk about the whys here on Daily Devotional, we'd be here forever, but there is a reason why for me it doesn't fit. But it also makes me really excited because there's this, we've been talking about it for a while, doing a self-paced, like online class type format, and I know that that's a better direction for me. Like, I can go online and I can watch the old ones, or I can choose a different way of formatting it to make it more energetically available and digestible without that other feeling. And it also means that I have to trust the process of transformation. I have to trust the butterfly. I have to trust that this process is meaningful, the work is meaningful, and I have to trust that things are going to be abundant, things are going to be good, and it's not going to be received in this horrible light of rejection, this horrible light of withholding or criticism or judgment, because those are legitimate things that I've experienced in my life, where change can be very uncomfortable for people. And the more uncomfortable change is, or if it involves something that someone is attached to, there can be a lot of resistance, and that resistance can be, or what I've experienced is knowing that change is needed and knowing that a transformation process is needed does not mean that the other person or other people involved in that process are ready through their own holding on to ego and their own journey, if they're ready for that realization. And as a psychic catalyst, it happens all the time to me. It happens so frequently. I have no numbers. I've never even tried to tally up the numbers. But the knowingness that I will have in a moment and in the recognition of that's coming is very catalyzing. And catalyst energy, if you think of a chemical catalyst, it can be very explosive. It can be very harsh. And I try very hard to bring my catalyst energy in a kind, compassionate, peaceful, flowing way so that it doesn't jar people, create that explosive environment. Because it does. And I have. And being aware it's coming doesn't necessarily make it easier for everybody else. So if you find yourself in a place where you recognize things need to change and you need to self-care through that transformation process, please honor that for you. And I think that is the fundamental undercurrent of today's message is honor yourself in that transformation. Allow yourself to be true to what needs to change and allow yourself to let go of the ego in the moment. And ego is fear, right? There's a lot of fear that comes from holding on to things. I could very easily have ignored this and gone to a place of fear and really wallowed in it. And instead, I allowed the flow of energy that I know how to work in my body with intention. I went through the 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, 7, 4, 8, 9 process. I went through that twice in the evening. I allowed myself an extra smudge I did a full smudge before bedtime. I focused on writing in my journal and writing some poetry. I have some amazing poems I'm going to bring to you, I think, soon. I was in a place where I could recognize the shift and the change in a good way. And I am trusting that I'm in the right time, in the right place with the right community that can receive this in a positive light. And that brings me to a little plug I want to do for my friend Safrianna. She has written this amazing book called Bumblebees and White Balloons, a novel about navigating grief and growth. She is on Amazon. She's on Kindle. You can also order a paperback. The author name is Safrianna Lughna, Lughna. She is an amazing individual. She's a natural number 9. This book is very much about the shadow growth side of things. And I talk about shadow work fairly frequently on this channel. There is a process as you grow and become more aware and more connected to who you are and your goals, and as you grow through just the mire and the muck of day-to-day life. Before I had encountered the body of 9, I talk about it a lot in a lot of different ways on this channel, with finding your place of peace, going inside, finding your center. Some people's center is outside of their body, so that language has changed. But Safrianna really explores through this fictional story the shadow side of safe and ethically non-monogamous relationships, which I love this exploration. I am really enjoying the book. I'm reading it very slowly because I only read it in the evenings. And last night I didn't read any because I was going through this other thing. But I really encourage you that it's not light reading. So if you're looking for a light read, maybe read this one another time. But it is a magnificent exploration of shadow work. Bumblebees and White Balloons, a novel about navigating grief and growth. And I will probably plug this book a couple times. It's really good. I know Safrianna. She's an amazing individual. I work with her on a weekly basis. And I think that's today's cards. Today's cards are 36, to pray to the east, guardian watches over the west. You have Kuan Yin with her yak, and the butterfly card, which is abundant transformation. I really encourage you, if you watch these daily devotions later on today, take some time to write some comments in the video comments. I do read them. If you have questions, I went back through yesterday's. I didn't see any questions, so put questions in and I will attempt to answer your questions. I can answer questions about other videos too. So if you've read a video, if you watched a video from a year ago and you have questions, put comments in it as you're watching it. I've gotten into the habit when I watch certain YouTube channels that I always put a comment in every video that I watch. Even if I watch them like a year later, I hit thumbs up, I hit the bell icon if I haven't already, and I put comments in because I know it helps the algorithm. And if I want to see more content of that person, it tells them, hey, good job. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I hope you are blessed in this day with light. I hope that you have an authentic day. Be true to yourself. Allow yourself to be okay if you need to reach out to a community member to chat. If you need to have support in any way, there is so much available. And I'm always upgrading my referral list. I'm always adding amazing practitioners to my referral list to help my clients grow and explore and connect with new people. Never be afraid to connect with someone that can bring you something new into your life, another form of abundance, another form of transformation. Have a beautiful day, my friends, and I will see you in prayer. Blessed be.